Hello,
Hello.
everyone. Welcome back to the Songwriter Diaries with Megan and Caroline. We
Welcome
are your
back.
hosts and accompanied by Otter as the star
Otter's one
of
of our
the
new co-hosts.
Otter.
Say hello. Say hello.
show. Say hello.
Say
Look,
hello.
Allie,
Look at the camera. Look at the camera.
She's
For those who are not watching the video version, Megan and Colin have a new puppy named Otter. I guess not that new now, but
about a
No.
month.
2 months.
maybe new to the listeners. I don't think
Yeah,
we've mentioned
New
Otter.
to the listeners. You can't hear her, but if you're watching the video on Patreon, you will see her. And that's why you should join our Patreon
So
and
you
be a
can
patron.
Look at dogs.
So you can look
Mhm.
at our sweet babies.
Yes, all the
Um,
dog content.
But today our guest is Colin Sheehan. Woo! Of Tomato
Yes.
Soup.
Tomato soup.
Tomato soup.
You should get a
Yes.
sponsorship from Campbell's. Honestly, I would consider it.
That's actually that'd be so fun.
That would be amazing.
That'd
And
be
oh my
very
god,
fun.
you knew okay, I was gonna say you could throw soup to the crowd, but then that might not end well.
Just
If you
cans
throw cans
hitting
of
people
soup
in the
into a
face.
crowd.
Or tomatoes.
Or tomatoes. We could do the whole tomato.
Oh, do
Have a tomato
the
war.
reverse. Instead of them throwing tomatoes at you, you throw tomatoes.
You throw tomatoes at them.
Yeah.
You're a shitty
Wow.
crowd.
So, Colin, will you just start by telling us a little bit about how this project of tomato soup came to be?
Sure. Well, some friends and I started to play music together, and I was writing some songs, and they seemed to really like the songs, and so we made a band.
That was the simplest explanation I've ever heard from how a band has formed. It's like, well, we were just playing together and then we decided to be a band.
Yeah. Well, the other people in my band, including Megan here, are also in a lot of other projects and a lot of other bands. So I feel like to them it's a very casual thing. But for me, I haven't really played a lot out or shared my music in this way. So I feel like it was exciting for me. And everybody else was like, this is just the natural thing to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get a bunch of musicians together in a room and it's like somebody's going to start playing an instrument or singing.
Yeah.
There's no way around that.
Precisely. So, Colin, when and how did you start writing music?
I started writing music really young, I'd say. Probably I was like 10 years old or something. And I got a guitar from Toys R Us.
Wait, did it have a design on it?
Yeah, it was black with white flames.
Oh my gosh.
Like $45. I told my dad I wanted a guitar, and he was like, well, let's go to Toys R Us.
Not like, let's go to Guitar Center,
Yeah.
let's go to
Nope.
Toys R Us.
Nope.
Yeah, but it was nice of him to buy it for me. But it was funny that that's where he thought you should go to get a guitar.
Did your parents play any music growing up? Were they
No.
musicians at all?
No, very much
That-
the opposite.
That explains that. It's like, oh, guitars are toys, right? Toys R Us. That adds up.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And-
so oh wait, go ahead.
Oh, no, you're fine. Well,
Oh,
I was
just
going to ask.
explain.
Wow, this is awkward.
Megan and I trying to read each other's minds of what we're going to say
Who's
next.
gonna talk next?
But I was going to ask if you, because obviously Megan and Colin are partners and we talk about Colin all the time. Colin, we talk about you all the time on the podcast.
Oh, wow.
We do. You come up
Just
very
in
often.
relation to Megan, because, you know, Megan is the star here. But
Yeah.
now this is your time to shine in the episode.
Okay.
But I
fine.
wanted to know how you guys started writing together, because you obviously have been together a long time.
Mhm.
You live together now. Is that kind of when the writing started, or?
Actually, I would say like
Even when we first started.
yeah, when we
Dating.
first started dating, well, we were still in college. Colin was an English major. and you're just like very smart, very literary. I don't know if that's a word, but no, it is. But it's not like an explanation word, like an adjective. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so I started like asking him to help edit my songs for classes. Specifically, what was that one I'm thinking of? A song of mine. Nah, it doesn't matter. But
I can't remember.
I started bringing my songs to him and being like, "What do you think of these lyrics? Can you edit them? Maybe help me like make the song better." And then you kind of started showing me your music and the things you had written. And then we moved in together and we started playing a lot of music, more music together. And we were like stuck in the apartment together because of COVID. And then I chickened out and was like, this is getting too serious. It's funny because like I'm the opposite in our relationship. I'm like, yeah, bring on the seriousness. And then with music, I'm like, ah! And you're like, with music, you're like, yeah. And then the other way around. But that's kind of funny. But so we were still like playing music together, but not like in a oh, we're gonna be in a band way, or like I'm gonna be in your band or whatever kind of way.
Yeah.
And then I just had an epiphany and I was like, why aren't we playing music together? That's just stupid. And so now I'm officially a part of Tomato Soup.
Yep. After being in it and then out of it, and then in it and then out of it.
In and out of the soup, you know?
In and out of the soup.
I really need merchandise. I already have so many ideas.
Yeah.
We'll talk after, but
yeah, you should give me your ideas.
I'm so ready. I'm picturing everybody's heads bobbing in a bowl of soup on a shirt, because that would be amazing.
Oh my god.
Just crop our
Instead
faces
of like,
into
you know how like people put like croutons?
Yes, it's
on
your
tomato
faces.
soup? Like the
in a bowl.
croutons are the faces.
Yes, 100%. Do you know how well that would sell?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Even people who didn't know your band would be like, "That's a sick shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me buy that."
I did make little patches. I ordered some, you know.
So
we have
patches.
we have a smidge of merch.
Oh,
Just
I
a
want to
send
patch.
you one, Caroline.
Thank you.
I
will be
recipe
repping the
wrong
tomato
on
soup.
on accident.
Yeah, there's a typo on them.
Wait, how did you misspell tomato soup?
No, he misspelled recipe.
Yeah.
My gosh.
I put Denver's finest recipe under it. You know, it's like a circle logo. And I spelled recipe wrong. Oops.
It's recipe.
Oh, hey, you know,
but I already ordered them, so can't go back, I guess.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That'll be a collector's item.
Totally. That's
be like the first merch piece ever made by Tomato Soup.
And it was spelled wrong.
And it was spelled wrong. So we obviously know a lot about Megan here on the podcast and their musical influences. But what are some of your musical influences?
Well, the biggest one would be Paul Simon, I would say.
Oh, I met Paul Simon. I've told that story already on here, but
I know, yeah.
But Colin cares, so I need to,
I
need to mention that.
Yes.
Yeah. Specifically his studio album from 1973.
Named after him, right?
His second one, it was self-titled.
Wait, his second one was self-titled?
So good, and then Still Crazy After All These Years, and There Goes Rhymin' Simon.
Colin loves Paul Simon.
Are so good.
Wait, why was his second one self-titled and not his first one?
I don't know.
I did that. My second one was self-titled. Oh, actually, my third one. But
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
You were rebranding, though.
I was rebranding. So.
As Ellsworth, you know. That's interesting. And do you see Paul's influence in your music?
Yeah.
Megan nodding for the listeners.
It's really interesting. Colin's writing, it's like fascinating because he'll like kind of go through these like 3-month phases of like, I'm gonna listen to this album or this artist or both, just go through this artist discography, and all of a sudden his songs, like, it's not like he's stealing or anything, but they start to sound influenced, like heavily influenced by that artist. So those songs.
No, I am stealing.
Yeah. Shh, don't say that.
Colin's like, Megan's making me look good right now, but no, I'm stealing.
I'm
Some of
straight up.
those chord progressions, not the whole thing,
Yeah, right.
but like if
'Cause
there's a run,
copyright.
I'll be like, bah, bah, bah.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's like,
So
Hey, if
it's
you
really
just move
cool.
it down a step, it's
yeah,
fine.
Mm.
No one can
It's
tell.
inspiring because you do that, like, like some people, like songwriters we've interviewed before, are like, yeah, I do that, and it's like they set out to do it. But Colin, I feel like you just kind of started doing it because you like it. I don't know. It's just interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are your other influences anymore?
Other
Because I know you have
influences?
more.
Yeah, I would say I am influenced by Townes Van Zandt as well, and kind of
Never
more
heard
of
of him.
uh, that what would you call it? Like
Country.
lo-fi country stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that, and I like um oh yeah, Big Thief.
Big Thief.
He's a big inspiration. Buck Meek and Adrian Lenker. As because those are the modern people. Those are the people actually making music today that I'm
Mhm.
inspired by.
Yeah.
Otherwise, most of everybody else is long gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're bringing the oldies back, though.
Yeah,
It's really fun. Tomato Soup definitely has country
yeah.
vibes, like big time
Mhm.
country vibes.
Mhm.
Actually, a spoiler for our Halloween costume for a show that we're playing this weekend. Since this episode's gonna be coming out tomorrow,
Whoa, quick turnaround.
quick turnaround. We're playing a house show in 5 Points. And Colin's gonna be Willie Nelson, and I'm gonna be his redheaded stranger.
Shut up. Shut up.
It's gonna be great. I'm
You
gonna braid
are
my hair.
It's gonna be so good.
joking. This is so pertinent to my life right now because obviously I'm in Nashville, but I just went with my parents to the Patsy Cline Museum,
Ooh,
and Willie
That's
wrote
cool.
a bunch of songs for and with Patsy. So,
Oh, that's right.
yep. You
I
can
didn't know
really
there was
pull
a
off.
Patsy Cline museum. That's so cool.
It's brand new. Wow, I should be an advertiser for it, but
You should.
it's opened in 2017. It's above the Johnny Cash Museum.
Oh,
nice.
Both are great.
That's
Sponsor
cool.
us.
That's cool.
Also, Willie, put some money into the podcast.
Yeah.
You know?
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us. Sponsored by Willie Nelson. That's awesome. Oh, that costume's gonna be so good.
It's gonna
A
be
redheaded
fabulous.
stranger.
I
Oh,
know.
wow. Wait, so what are you gonna wear for it?
I don't know. I think I'm just gonna like dress kind of Western inspired and kind of just look cute.
You have a bolo tie.
Yeah, I own like 6 bolo ties, so I
Yeah.
think we're covered.
Yeah, which is a little
Mhm.
concerning, but that's something to process later.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, no. So, what does your songwriting process look like as a band? You said obviously Megan's a part of the band. You have
Mhm.
other members as well. Do you write all together or do you write solo mainly?
I mainly write solo, but I have written like a song with Riley, who's in the band. I've tried writing songs with Alec, but it's a hard time staying focused.
No,
And then
Alec.
Adam wrote a song with Megan, the other,
Mhm. And you, yeah.
and me. I jumped in there. Originally, I don't think I was supposed to be part of the party, but I couldn't help myself.
No, we wanted you to help.
Um, but yeah, I guess my process, I usually write the whole song and then I will bring it to people. Um, kind of like, I don't know. It's nice to have like a song leader, I think, in that
Mhm.
sense.
Yeah.
That's interesting that Megan is very similar
Mhm.
in that way of both of you writing individually and then bringing them. Have you brought any of your songs, Meg, to Tomato Soup?
Actually, yeah. A song of mine that I wrote like in the spring of this year called Sick in Seattle. Colin kind of helped me finish it.
Mhm.
And there's he had like kind of like a part from a song that he ended up scrapping that was just happened to be in the same key as this song that I was writing. And so it was originally an Ellsworth song. uh Colin just played with me at shows, and now it's going to be a Tomato Soup song, and it sounds really, we haven't played it with the band yet, but just the two of us, it sounds really good, so I'm excited to hear it with the
Yeah.
guys behind it too.
Yes.
So that's fun.
Is this weekend the first show?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, everyone go to the debut. I mean,
Go to
if
the
you're
debut.
invited, because
House
it's a
show.
house show, so we don't need a
Or
million people there, but
come to the November 11th show.
Oh, actually, yeah.
ooh.
If you can't make it this weekend because so many people have Halloween plans, we're playing November 11th. We're actually headlining Globe Hall. And we're
That's
headlining by
crazy.
accident, but we are headlining.
Oh, is this
Yeah.
the one? Oh, well, cut this out because Okay.
Yeah, it's that
Yep,
one.
it's that one. Okay, cool.
But
I'm,
yeah,
like,
and
looking
we're
at you
playing
like,
with
is this it?
is this one? We're playing with Alana Mars and Bird Nest and another band that I can't remember the name of. So that's November 11th at Globe Hall.
Yep.
Yes, that's so exciting. Oh, I wish I was there because I mean,
I know.
obviously we're friends. So I see your chemistry all the time and I can't even imagine the chemistry on stage. And Colin is just an incredible musician. So good. And so I'm so excited that I'm going to cry. I'm excited he's finally going to start playing and getting his music out there, and his writing is so good. And oh, I'm a fangirl already. So
Aww.
yes.
That's
Just
so nice.
starts weeping.
So
Colin would just look at us uncomfortably the whole time.
Colin's just like I'll ask this next question because I feel like I'm not asking enough questions. I don't know why, but okay, here we go. So how do you approach
Pierogi.
how do you pierogi how do you approach writing a song? Like, what comes first? What's your order of things when you write a song?
Order of things. Well, I guess what usually happens is I come up with a progression that I really like on the guitar, and then I come up with a little melody, and then I would say just like lines, like stanzas, just whenever I feel inspired, and then once I get a melody, I'll go back to, I guess, like my word bank, like all of these lines or like ideas that I have that I feel like would be good song themes and stuff, and then I kind of piece it together.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like combing a hairball, I think. Like writing, it's like you kind of like throw up this hairball, and then you just keep combing through it until all the tangles are out, and then you've got a song.
You know, I've never heard anything like that.
But
That
you
was
know, it
an
makes
excellent
sense.
comparison.
It makes sense. And do you find yourself when you create that word bank of stanzas and almost poetry that you're writing, do you find yourself taking bits and pieces from different parts that you've written and putting them into one song? Or is it you write a complete poem and then put it to music?
Well, sometimes I guess you get like the muse or whatever, and like it's very fluid, and I write like a whole song in like 10 minutes, and it's great. And other times it's like I'm taking some words from over here and some old words from this song that never turned out over here, and kind of like stitching them together, and then
Yeah. I have the issue when I do that, I will realize that I've put the same line in multiple songs. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit. Like this line is
Yeah.
used twice because I just get rid of a song and I forget about it. And then I go back and I'm looking through old stuff. I'm like, oh, I used that exact same line multiple
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, it's funny. You've had this one line, snap a turkey neck with a clothesline,
Yeah.
that he has tried using in multiple different songs.
Uh-huh.
And every time you play, like, I think it's finally in its final song
Yeah,
form
is.
now.
Yeah.
But you've had that line for like at least a year.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And
it just found its
found its home because it never fit quite right in any of the other songs you put it in. But it's interesting to kind of see the transformation of it, of like that one line specifically.
Yeah, it has to have its right home, like a line like that. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so good. Oh,
That also just goes to show too that songwriting takes time. And
mhm.
sometimes you do have those songs that like are 10 minutes
Mhm.
and then you just practice them, and then other times you have a song that takes like a year to write or something.
Yeah, I think when non songwriters and maybe just non writers in general think about what it takes to write a song or write a book. It's like, oh, you just go through and it's, a quick thing and you just write it all out there and then it's done. But it's, sometimes years of editing and thinking through. And it's never, it's rare when it's that quick, when it's just
Yeah.
10 minutes and it all comes out perfectly and there's no changes.
Yeah.
I haven't had a song like that in a long time.
Yeah.
And I would love to have more of them because it's so nice.
I
Yeah.
know. Same. I haven't had one in so long.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. We turn this into a therapy session.
just-
My writer's block. And Colin, what do you think makes a successful songwriter?
Well, I don't know. I'm not a successful songwriter.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you
You're
are.
writing songs and you're performing them. And even
Okay.
if you weren't performing them, you're writing good songs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I guess I associate success with like material
Financial.
wealth and
Mm.
stuff. I have yet to make a dime.
Mm.
So,
Hey, but
but
once you start selling those patches,
yeah, soon I will
Mhm.
make a few dollars. Successful songwriter. Well, I don't know. I guess if it makes you feel good, then you're doing it right.
Yeah. Yeah. Short
Wow.
and simple.
Mhm.
Like what
Colin's so profound.
I know. God damn it. No. Like what do you think makes like a good songwriter? Like what makes a good song?
Well, stay away from cliches. So I guess know
Mhm.
your cliches, study some poetry. I feel like some people that didn't, it still blows my mind when you tell me that UCD didn't make their songwriters take a poetry class. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, all of those songwriters could have avoided writing all these cliches if they just took an intro to poetry class and learned them
Yeah.
all.
I
And then,
know. When
you
you
know,
told me that, I was like, oh,
or like
what the
learning
fuck?
what like irony is and all of like these
Yeah.
kind of
Mhm.
more technical like things with language in particular. Like music is one thing but writing is a different animal, so
Mhm.
Yeah. I
learning
think
like all of that is going to really help a person's songwriting.
Mhm.
I think that something that makes you such a good lyric writer is the fact that you did study English in college and you recognize all of those things.
Yeah.
Because I took an intro to poetry class just because I liked English and I wanted to study it.
Mhm.
But it is crazy how people don't know the general population of songwriters don't know even what different poetry terms are and even maybe what irony is. So I think that's a really good thought and idea. And like
Mhm.
reading in general. So many, I'm speaking like I read all the time, but so many people don't ever read poetry or anything, even just reading in general. And I think that helps a lot with writing too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like reading the lyrics along with the album. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've done that with a few Joni Mitchell albums because her lyric writing I think is just so creative and
So good.
like so visual, and I'm trying to absorb some of that. So I'll play her whole album, and we have the vinyl, so I get to read it on the back of the sleeve. But yeah, if you don't
Yeah.
like reading and you like listening to music, that's like another way to read poetry is just read the songs.
Yeah.
Basically, you just have to be an old person and read and listen to vinyl.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story here.
Yep.
Yeah.
The old souls,
The old souls.
I love
So
that.
it's the last question,
Hmm.
and I'm excited to hear what you have to say.
Okay.
And that is, why do you write songs?
Why do I write songs? I write songs because it makes me feel very good. And I feel like songwriting for me has always been an outlet, um, especially growing up being transgender and having to hide so much of who I was all of the time. The only place I felt like I could really be myself was when I was alone with a guitar, writing songs. So that's why I do it.
Oh,
Your guitar with the white flames.
Yeah.
white flames.
Yeah. I wish I kept it.
Damn. Did you sell
Wow.
it?
I did.
Back to Toys R Us or to someone
At a
else.
garage sale.
Oh, you
did-
need
I
a
was
song
saving up for a
titled
new
White
guitar.
Flames or something in honor of
Yeah.
the guitar.
White flames.
Wow. So
Well,
profound.
that was a beautiful answer.
hmm
Thanks.
Honestly, probably the most beautiful answer that
Yeah.
we've heard to that question.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Aw. Well,
Wow.
thank you for being on this podcast.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Do you have anything else to say to the people out there?
To the people.
To the thousands of people
To the
listening to this
thousands
podcast?
and thousands of people. You should listen to Paul Simon's album from 1973.
Okay,
If you
you're supposed to be
haven't already.
promoting yourself here, not Paul Simon. Paul Simon doesn't need
That's
promoting.
true. I guess he has enough promotion. You should come to our show if you like rock, folk, indie, country, bluegrass music.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
November
Megan has
11th.
Excellent harmonies, so you got to come for that.
Yeah, come for the music, stay for my harmonies.
Yeah. Or stay
Honestly,
for dinner and Megan's cooking.
Yeah.
ooh, yes, awesome. Well, thank you. Well, this song. Do you guys have
Yeah.
a song recorded?
No.
We don't. Well, we have. You
We could
have.
play one.
We could do one of the Rubber Ducky Escape ones recordings.
No.
Or is it
No,
different vibe?
Different vibe.
Yeah.
different vibe. We could play one live. We could record one like today.
Yeah, record one.
Okay.
Why don't we just play one?
Do you think?
Or-
yeah.
yeah.
We could just play it live on this recording.
Yeah.
Should we
that
do
fine?
"Bug on My Knee"?
Sure.
Yay! I love that song.
Uh,
Okay,
uh,
we'll just do it right here, right now. Like, oh, it's like
my
old
God,
times.
I'm so excited.
Remember how we used to do the song recording live?
I do. Kind of miserable now that I think about it.
I know.
Remember when we used to record in person?
Yeah,
What a time to be alive that was.
that was weird. Okay, let me know if it sounds okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, well, oh, he's gone.
A capo?
Hello. A couple. I always forget how good Colin is at guitar until I hear him play. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
You're so good.
Oh, thanks. You're really blowing skirt up my ass.
You're really blowing skirt up my
Blowing
ass.
skirt up my ass.
You need it, Colin.
Ugh.
Yeah, you ready?
Oh, don't crack.
Oh,
Don't-
sorry. God, I forgot.
I didn't hear it.
yes,
You're
I'm
fine.
ready. Does that sound okay?
Well, yeah, but tell us about the song.
Oh,
Meg is acting like they've never done this podcast
I know.
before.
Okay, tell you about the song.
yeah.
Yes, Colin,
Give
tell
us
us
a
about the song.
Tell us what the name of the song is and a
Okay.
little about it.
The song's name is Bug on My Knee, and I wrote it while working a trade show in Las Vegas for Rupert's Coffee Shop, which is the company I work for as a video editor. And I really do not like going to these trade shows and have stopped going to them.
Yay!
And that was my first time to Las Vegas, and it didn't leave a very good impression on me. But anybody who knows me would probably not think I would like Las Vegas anyway. But
Yeah.
we were just there, and I was exhausted and like just wanting to leave and get back home. And like when you're working in like the business world, and all those people are like, oh, this is gonna sound mean, but you
No,
know,
say it.
it's like they're just like lying to your face all the time.
Mhm.
And it just made me want to disappear and burn my ID and not have to deal with just the mounds of shit,
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
that's what
Vegas
this
is a
sounds-
cesspool, so
Vegas is
also that.
just like
Mhm.
times 100.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm like, I love Vegas.
I know. Honestly, I love Vegas too.
Yeah, Megan has a blast.
All right,
But
this
yeah.
is A Bug on My Knee. Bug on my knee, hair on my chest, short fat palm trees, shade in the bed, curvy lampposts, painted mint green, people in velvet, driving buggies. I'd give it all up, each every ounce. I'd move to Santa Monica and live like a mouse. I'd burn my ID, I'd eat my passport, I'd lose touch, I'd hum a lot. Rolling a dog bone, throwing a joint, leaving early, showing up stoned, upside down tables, used plastic cups, sticky tarp floors, and the radiant flux. I'd give it all up, each every ounce. I'd move to Santa Monica, live like a mouse. I'd burn my ID, I'd eat my passport, I'd lose touch, I'd hum a lot. It's really too bad people don't see till they're in deathbeds, realizing at the exit it's not the drugs or the sex, not the job or cul-de-sac, the cardigans or cartilage. Another time to make amends, rising through the abyss, the Holy Ghost an empty name, mushroom pipe made of clay, man and woman it's the same. But I'd give it all up, each fucking ounce. I'd move to Santa Monica, live like a mouse. I'd put my ID, I'd eat my passport, I'd lose touch, I'd hum a lot.
Oh my God. I muted myself because I kept gasping. I was like, those lyrics. Oh my God. I mean, all of it. But Colin, your lyric writing is just incredible.
you.
Incredible. It's so good. Ugh. And the guitar
love that
playing just
song.
makes me angry at this point. I'm like, okay, you can go fuck yourself, Colin. So good. Oh my gosh. Also, while you were playing, I thought of a question that I should have asked at the beginning. How did you come up with the name Tomato Soup?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, it was like 6 months of turmoil trying to figure out a band name. Honestly, I held us back, I think, a little bit there because I couldn't figure out one that I liked. And then
It was like every day.
every day
Do you
I was
like this
"What
name?
about this?
What about this one? And
And
I'm
then
like, oh my God, just pick one.
the next day I was like, no, that name sucks. And then
And I'm like, I like that one.
and then I was walking, taking the dogs on the walk, and Megan was making tomato soup at home. And Megan's tomato soup is one of the most delicious things I've ever had. And then I realized how great of a band name that would be, because who doesn't love tomato soup? And I don't know, I liked it. So
Well, and
It
he
felt
also
right.
has a screenplay that he wrote
Oh,
for like
yeah.
a short film
called Tomato
called
Soup.
Tomato Soup. And now the idea is like we can maybe use
Maybe
that
use
script
in some music videos
to
or
make like
something.
music videos.
Yeah, it's a murder mystery too,
So it's kind of fun.
If I am not an actress in this, I can be the first one dead in the murder mystery. I don't care,
You can
but I
play
need to be in it. That's-
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Oh, just knock the mic over.
Mhm.
Oh, that was so good. I'm so excited for you guys to record that and put it out into the world.
Me too.
Yeah.
I fucking love that song. It's my favorite
Also,
one of ours.
did you have the lyrics in front of you or did you have that memorized?
I got that memorized, bitch.
Wow.
I actually know how to play it on guitar too, because sometimes when I play solo, I'll play it
Mhm.
because it's
I-
just so good.
all those lyrics are just so visual and there are so many, but it didn't seem overwhelming. Like
Mhm.
some songs I feel like you're going on and on and on
Yeah.
and you can't keep up with the lyrical content. But that song, there was so much, but it worked so well. Oh, I'm just amazed.
Thanks.
Amazed. Oh, Colin, thank you so much for coming on the
Thank
podcast.
you for
I
being
mean,
on
I
the
know you
podcast.
kind of had to because Megan is, your partner and you live in the same house. So,
Yeah. That
but
was very fun. Thanks for having me.
it was great having you on. And I'm just astounded at the talent. Oh, everyone go see their show.
Yeah.
Yay,
We
November
need to
11th,
sell tickets.
Globe Hall. Buy tickets.
Buy
Invite us
tickets.
back.
Support local music. Support tomato soup.
Tomato soup.
Tomato soup. Okay, should I stop the recording?
Yes. Bye, guys.